Welcome to this weekend edition of the Daily Dose of Greek, and today we're going to look at an odd expression in the Gospel of John, chapter 2, verse 4. Just to remind you of the context, this is the wedding at Cana of Galilee, and right before this, Jesus' mother came to him and said they don't have any more wine. And then this is what comes next. Jesus says to her, "What to me and to you, woman?" Right, that's what we're going to focus in on. And then he goes on to say, "My hour has not yet come." Okay, we're going to focus here on how do we translate ἐμοὶ kai soi. What does that mean? Well, we have several different translations down here. Young's literal translation is always going to be the most literal, and he translates it just kind of word for word. What to me and to thee, woman, right? What to me and to thee. We look at the ESV, says, what does this have to do with me? So even though the ESV is very literal translation, very formally equivalent, you can see in this case, to try to make it understandable, they've gone a little bit more functionally equivalent. The New American Standard says, what does this have to do with us? The Net Bible, why are you saying this to me? The NIV, why do you involve me? And the New Living Translation changes it into a statement, seeing it functionally, really functioning as this way. It's a more dynamically or functionally equivalent translation. They render it, "Dear woman, that's not our problem." So you can see by all these different translations, it's clear that modern translators are recognizing this as an idiomatic expression. They're trying to convey what it means. In fact, it is a very literal translation of Hebrew. It just so happens in the Daily Dose of Hebrew, recently, Dr. Furtado went through 1 Kings 17:18, where this expression is used. And we see that I chose here first Young's literal translation, and this is where the widow at Zarephath, her son has died, and she said to Elijah, "What to me and to thee, O man of God?" Right? Just a very literal translation in Hebrew. Ma li valach ish ha-Elohim, right? Very literally, what to me and to you, right? So we see that, and here's the Septuagint, here's the Greek translation, ἐμοὶ kai soi, what to me and to you, anthropē tou theou, man of God. So what we have here in the Septuagint and what we have in the Gospel of John chapter 2 is a very literal Greek translation of a Semitic idiom. The Net Bible, I highly recommend to you the Net Bible, New English Translation of the Bible. You can view it free online at bible.org. Has an extensive translation note for this, and they have some wonderful translation notes for both Hebrew and Greek. I highly recommend this to students and pastors who are engaged with the original languages. And just honing in on the main point here, they say in the Old Testament, the expression ἐμοὶ kai soi, this is their note on John 2, really has two main semantic domains. The first one, the first sort of meaning it has is, what have I done to you that you should do this to me? And the second potential meaning, examples or verses are given here, is that is your business, how am I involved? And the translator of this, or the author of these notes, goes on to note that option 1 above here implies hostility, while option 2 implies merely disengagement. And the judgment of the translators here, they say mere disengagement is almost certainly to be understood here as better fitting the context, that is in the Gospel of John chapter 2, although some of the Greek fathers took their remark as a rebuke to Mary. Such a rebuke is unlikely. So fun stuff today in the Greek, thinking about this idiomatic question in John chapter 2, verse 4. Glad you could join us.